Hi there, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and here we go again with another deck tech. Again, going back in time while we wait for some more of the Lost Caverns of Ixalan cards to be spoiled. And today, well, we're still going back to Jumpstart, and it's an oldie, but it's a goodie, and it's another tribal deck. And it's going to be Sethron, Hurloon General, 3 and 2 red for a 4/4 legendary creature Minotaur Warrior. And whenever Sethron or another Minotaur token enters the battlefield, a non-token Minotaur enters the battlefield as you control, you get a 2/3 red Minotaur token. And then, interesting, you can play 2 and black or red, because we've got the 2 colours. Minotaurs you control get +1/+0, gain menace and haste until the end of turn. So, got a 2-colour Minotaur deck, and it's just a little bit of fun. It's one of those cards that may get better in time. I can see more Minotaurs coming into Magic, so you know, this is a starting point. I think I've picked up most of the relevant Minotaurs at the moment, and yeah, I quite like it. It's just fun to play this deck. So here we go. At the beginning, black-red lands all the way through. We are playing Field of the Dead just to give us some extra creatures if we need them, because we have got 40, but you can never, zombies, Minotaurs. No, they probably don't go together, but it's still good fun. But beyond that, all the black-red lands you can think of are probably in the deck. We have got some basics. We have got 5 of each. We don't need many. There's enough in here. We've also got Urborg in here, so if you feel you're playing the deck, you trim your swamps a little bit to play some more red if you want to. Not the end of the world. But ramp-wise, not too bad. Haven't gone too heavy. Tantalite, Soul Talisman, Soul Ring. I think you see in most of my decks now on MTGO, along with Arcane Signet. And then I did play one of each of the medallions, the Jet and the Ruby ones, Charcoal and Fire Diamonds, just to get us a little bit of ramp on, because some of the Minotaurs do get a little bit expensive. And at the end of the day, if Sethron, when you get them into play, gets killed off, you're looking at 7 mana to replay them, and you really do need Sethron in play. So what else are we doing? Well, I haven't got anything beyond these 1 and 0 and 1 drops, so 2 drops. Fellhide Brawler, can't block unless you control another Minotaur, it's a 2/2. Blood Rage Brawler, enters the battlefield, discard a card. Yeah, but it's a 4/3 on turn 2. You could probably discard a card at that stage. Burning Fist Minotaur, discard a card, it gets +2/+0, but it's a 2/1 for 2, that's what we're doing it for. Death Bellow, attacks each combat available, and you can regenerate this one, so that's pretty cool. Lightning Visionary, again another one from Jumpstart that I wasn't sure existed until I played this, but it's got prowess, so it gets a little bit bigger when you cast all your non-Minotaur spells. Sardian Cliff Stomper, as long as it's your turn and you control 4 or more Minotaurs, the Cliff Stomper gets +X/+0, where X is the number of mountains you control. Now, this is an argument to take out some of the more irrelevant lands that I'm just highlighting here and playing more mountains. Yeah, you can do that if you want to. I don't know why. I'm only playing 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm playing 6, so it is possible you can do more. You can take out Reliquary Tower, I suppose. You can probably take out Temple of the False God if you want to play extra mountains. But, from my point of view, it's just another Minotaur. And if you're lucky, it does get bigger. So, play it that way. Slaughter Priest of Mogus is here. Sacrifice a permanent, it gets +2/+0. And you can sacrifice another creature or enchantment to give it first strike. Again, it's just a 2-drop, so that's what it's here. Terminate for a little bit of removal, just so we've got something in here. And I think we would play Terminate for a change. Again, this could be Lightning Bolt, this could be anything, but Terminate's probably better. It takes out the awkward quick creatures that may kill yours off. Fellhide Petrifier gives all our Minotaurs Death Touch, which is lovely. The Marauding Bone Slasher can't be blocked unless you control another zombie. Oh, yeah, can't block unless you control another zombie, so that's one of the reasons for having the Field of the Dead. But it's a 3/3 Minotaur for 3, and you're just going to be smacking down. Soul Reaper of Mogus, sack a creature, draw a card if you really want to. Chaos Warp to get rid of those annoying things. Fervor, gives all our creatures haste, which is quite nice. It saves if you haven't got Sethron in play. You've got auto haste anyway. The Skull Cleaver has haste, enters the battlefield, it becomes a 4/2 for 1 turn. Watch out to make sure no one's got any first strikers though, but you want to get in for 4 somewhere. Sure Shot does the +1/+0 thing for each bit of mana, has reach, which is quite nice, gives you a bit of flying defense. Pendragon Strong Hand, sacrifice an artifact, gets +1/+1 and deals 1 damage to each opponent. It's not a lot of artifacts to sack, but it's another minotaur, just so we have more triggers, so that's why it's here. The Reaver, as long as it's your turn, it's a 4/3, which is nice. And you can madness this one, which is even better from Modern Horizons 2. Can't remember which one it's from now. Yeah, Modern Horizons 2 was right. Spinehorn Minotaur, as long as you've drawn 2 or more cards this turn, has double strike. You can do. We've got things, you know, you've got Forgotten Cave. You might be able to do it occasionally, but not that often. Glinthorn Berserker does give you a way of discarding cards and drawing a card, so you can do it if they're attacking, so a bit of fun. And when you do discard a card, you do get to ping everyone for 1 point of damage, so that's quite nice. Hammer of Purphoros gives you another way of giving all your creatures haste and then creating some 3/3 golems if you need them. The Rage Blood Shaman gives trample. Other Minotaurs you control get +1/+1 and get trample. So, you know, the first of our Minotaur Lords appears. Runus Minotaur deals damage to an opponent, sacrifice a land. Yeah, okay. A little bit dangerous, but it's a 5/2. People are going to put things in the way of it. Nahib, the Worthy, other Minotaurs you have first strike. And as long as you have 1 or fewer cards in your hand, Minotaurs you control get +2/+0. And when it deals combat damage to a player, each player discards a card. Nahib's quite good fun in this deck. Technically, Nahib could be the general. Might even be better. But so Sethron producing extra Minotaurs is why we're here. Ragemonger drops the cost of all our Minotaur spells. So if you have this in play, most of our Minotaurs are going to cost colourless mana to cast, which makes life easier. Herald's Horn is a tribal deck. You've got to play Herald's Horn in any tribal deck to drop the cost. Icon of Ancestry gives all our creatures +1/+1, and we get to do the whole let's go and look at the top of our library and find things. And Urza's Incubator reduces our casting cost for our creatures even more, because, you know, you get a name Minotaur. Damnation gives us some ball control. Nyxborn Marauder is just a 4/3 enchantment Minotaur. Arub Shaman just lets us ping things if we need to. The Eberhorn Minotaur, as its attacks you may exert it. It gets +1/+1 and menace, so it becomes a 5/4 menace, which makes it a little bit better, but it means you don't get to untap it and attack next turn. Fanatic of Mogus. This is why we want lots of red things in play. This is just like, come into play, deal all your opponents 5, 6, 7, 8 damage. Don't forget it counts itself and it still triggers even if they kill it. So you lose a pip, but you still get the trigger off. Flame Shadow Conjuring. I like this one. Whenever a non-token enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay it red. And if you do, create a token that's a copy of that creature. That creature gains haste, exile at the beginning of the next step. Yeah, okay, you don't get to keep it in play, but have you seen what happens when 2 Fanatics come into play? It's nasty. Hostile Minotaur just got haste for 4 mana. The Spirit Crafter gives all our Minotaurs +0/+1 from on MTGO. It's Masters Edition 3. I can't remember what set it was originally in, so if you can remember, let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, another way of pumping our Minotaurs up. Chain Reaction, a bit more board control. The Gorehorn Minotaurs, we can do the Bloodthirsty thing. Hopefully we'll get some damage in from something else and then play this so it comes in as a 5/5. Nahib, Dreadhorde Champion, is the other version of Nahib we have in the deck. Deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker, may discard a number of cards. If you do, draw that many cards, add that much red, and until the end of the turn you don't lose this mana of steps and phases end. Nice way of getting rid of a load of lands in your hand, getting a load of mana, hopefully draw some more Minotaurs. Undo Champion does the whole rallying thing. It's the only ally in the deck, but it's worth it. It can give all our creatures trample if we need it. It's a one-shot. Raging Minotaur, another one that has haste from Masters Edition 3. It's also a 3/3 for haste. Not great for 4 mana, but hey, it's another Minotaur. We can't be choosers in this deck. The Rage-Scarred Berserker, however, is nice. Gives one of our creatures +1 and indestructible until the end of the turn, so that's cool. Patriarch's Bidding, to return all our Minotaurs when they've got killed off. War Chancer of Mogus, and becomes untapped. Target creature you control gains Intimidate and can't be until the end of turn. Can only be blocked except by artifact creatures. All creatures share a colour with it, so you know, if you're playing a mono green deck, your creatures are going to get through and hopefully do some damage. Fury of the Hordes just gives a couple of Minotaur tokens. The Scoplos War Leader lets a sacrifice a creature or an enchantment, and he gets +1/+0 and menace until the end of turn. So yeah, sack off maybe one of the tokens from the Fury or one of the tokens Sethron's created, get a 5/5 from Menace, very hard to block. Tellurium Champion has first strike, and it blocks or becomes blocked by a creature. That creature loses first strike until the end of turn. Yeah, okay then. The other version of Heaps here, because it becomes a zombie at some stage during the devastation. That's what I was trying to remember. I can't remember which set it was. Inflict 3. When this creature becomes blocked, defending player loses 3 life. And at the beginning of your post-combat main phase, add red for each 1 life your opponents have lost this turn. Helps you get your army out. The original one, Tagathon Tellurium Hera from the Weatherlight, there you go. Vigilance deals damage equal to its power to target creature. That creature, so basically they fight. For all intents and purposes, it's before fight became a keyword. Kragan Warcaller gives all our Minotaurs haste, and whenever a Minotaur you control attacks, it gets a nice power bump of +2. Vanquisher's Banner, we all know what this does, +1/+1, a draw card when you cast your Minotaurs. Minotaur Abomination is just a 4/6 that's really poor, but I wanted something big, and yeah, they go there. Dream Sheep's Shaman, beginning of your end step, you may pay 2 in red and sacrifice a permanent, non-land permanent. If you do, reveal cards from the top of your library to reveal a non-land permanent card. Put that card on the battlefield and invest on the bottom of your library in any order, in a random order. So yeah, it's a nice way of getting things out if you want to get rid of, another way of sacking tokens off that you may have generated. Mirror March produces lots of tokens for us. I have had Mirror March when I've tested this deck in play, and I've hit Fanatic of Mogus, and I've had 3 copies, and my opponents really didn't like it. So it does kind of work. Morag Fury of Akuma gives you the landfall extra attack step. Now remember, don't play your land before you've attacked. It doesn't work. Okay, you have to attack. Go main phase, attack, second main phase, play your land, get your combat step again. Yeah, it doesn't work. It's got to be after this phase. So if you've got it, you're just going to double up on your attack steps, and it doesn't work like that. You've got to do it in steps. So play your land in your second main phase. Just bear it in mind. And finally, Blasphemous Act, just to control the board. And that's it. That's all we've got for today's little deck tech. Sethron is just fun if you want to play something a bit more casually. I've seen recently on MTGO there's been quite a few people playing tribal decks, so yeah, this would fit right at home, one of those games. Hopefully you hit the subscribe button. I've had quite a nice time because we've got up to 261 here on YouTube in the last few days, so please hit this thing here, wherever it is, down here somewhere. There you go, should be here hopefully if I set it up right. Come and give me subscribed, help me get up to that magic 500 number, then a little bit closer to that magic, even more magic 1000 number eventually. But that's it for now. If you want to see me play this, link down below to my Twitch. Come and give me a follow over there. That's sitting at 199 over there. Whoever is my 200th follower over there, I will be contacting them and say, right, pick a commander, I will do a deck tech on it, and that will be splurged all over the YouTube channel. So if you want to take part in that, come and see us over there. But that's it for now. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.